Ben, I can't believe that we are finally about to meet you for the first time. Your mommy and I have been waiting for this day for a long time now.
In fact, our journey to you started long before you were born, and even before your older sisters and brothers were born. For years, we waited for God's perfect timing and God's perfect child, and now we know it's you. It's a nervous excitement. I'm excited about meeting our son and seeing him for the first time, but there's the anxiety of having left all of our kids back in North Carolina. It feels a lot like right before you have a baby biologically, to me. Like, you're super excited and exhausted at the same time and just ready for that new time to begin with him, even though obviously adding a child to our home is going to be far more work than any adoption process was.
I think we were talking the other day about how we've wanted to adopt since we've been married 11 years ago, and then the process itself takes a year, and it almost begins to feel like at some point you're never actually going to get to this point. And then in the last couple of weeks, a lot of pieces come together really quickly, and so all of a sudden you go from feeling like, are we ever going to meet him, to a couple of days away from meeting our son.
I always wondered if you would be a boy or a girl, how old you would be, whether you would have dark hair and eyes like mommy or light hair and eyes like your daddy. Now I know you are a precious 2-year-old baby boy who has black hair and brown eyes and the chubbiest, sweetest cheeks. We are in Beijing in our hotel. We just finished up day 1 here, and we are 1 day closer to meeting our son on Monday. I don't think we're afraid of his special needs, but we definitely have a sobriety about them. I mean, we clearly understand what it means to raise a child with Down syndrome, having an 8-year-old. And so we're aware of what that's going to mean for our family. But hard does equal hard, but it doesn't always equal bad. And that's definitely the way I see raising a child with Down syndrome is hard, but it's not bad. There's tons of good that comes from the hardness.
And again, our experience with Sam has conditioned us in some degrees to respond that way, because we've actually experienced not only the extra challenges, but along with that also just blessings that come from Sam to us that are in part because of his disability. There's a lot of beauty in Down syndrome itself that leads us to be not only okay, but actually excited about who Ben is, about all that Ben is, including having Down syndrome. So not naive to the fact that there's going to be unique challenges, but excited about how God has handcrafted him and especially made him for our family. I can remember the day a picture of the most handsome little boy with jet black hair, chubby cheeks, and beautiful eyes popped up on my phone. My life changed that day because it was the first time I ever saw you. I've seen lots and lots of pictures of wonderful little boys and precious little girls who needed a mommy and a daddy, but there was something more this time. I'm not sure exactly what it was, but there was this certain sense that perhaps this particular little boy was meant to be my son. Yeah, so right now we're in the van on the way to meet our son for the very first time. So I think my expectations are framed more around a long-term perspective, of which today is just the very first step. I'm assuming that it's going to be a long journey. We're going to have to learn him, and he's going to have to learn us. In some senses, we're going to have to earn his trust as his parents, and I'm not presuming that all of that will just be handed to us the first moment he sees us.
I think one of the hardest parts about Gotcha Day is the reality that for our son, it's not feeling like a celebration. It's going to feel really hard because he has been cared for and loved and known by these women at Morning Star.
What about for you? How does it affect you?
I mean, I'd hurt for him, like, especially, you know
I know what it feels like to love my children and have them love me, and so it feels like we're taking him from the people he loves, and that's really hard. And I know that's the only long-term solution. They can't keep him there, but it's just hard to know that you're gonna hurt him for a short time. Oh, we're here, guys.
I can't believe we're like actually here.
Now I have major butterflies.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm really ready.
In that moment where they bring him into us and we get to say hello to him for the first time and give him a hug, and I think there will be some anxiousness there, like how is he going to respond? How are we going to relate to him?
I want to say that I love you. I love you, and I've loved you for a long time. I've loved you before you even came to be, knowing that I had a child that would grow not in my womb but in my heart, and that I'm just so happy to be your mommy.
It does seem surreal, like we're not just watching this time.
Like this
is
not
us.
just a theory.
This is the real thing. They're going to put him in our arms, and he's going to be part of our family. He's going to be my son, and we're going to walk out as a family. And now, we are here, at the doorstep of our new life together, as a family, forever, and we couldn't be happier. Welcome to our family, son. Your daddy loves you.
Ben, I love you. Welcome to our family.